Welcome into the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise, where we've got primetime football for the second game in a row. This time Sunday night, facing the number one team in the AFC, the Baltimore Ravens. And that ranking could very easily be our Jaguars, who have the number 6 offense in terms of total yards. We're also league average when it comes to first downs gained, vastly improving, and we hold the best defense in the league. Despite how last game went against the Steelers, we have the 4th most amount of sacks in the NFL, 4th most amounts of forced fumbles, and are above average in terms of interceptions. But despite all that good, in 5 of our 8 games to open up this season, we've played in one-score games. Of those that have not been one score, we are currently 1-2. So what does that tell Coach Boston? Well, simply put, it means this team is inconsistent. And with the AFC South being extremely close, we are half a game behind, but only about a game up on the Houston Texans. And mostly, it lies on the offense, who has played extremely inconsistently. Up front has been inconsistent, but this group has only played in about 2 games together. The receiving group as well has been a massive struggle. Brian Thomas Jr. asking for a lot of targets, asking for handoffs. Gabe Davis trading for Jordan Addison as well, yet this group, including Dawson Knox, is struggling to catch the ball. And for Jeff Polk, he's taking a brunt of the frustration as a rookie, but superstar X Factor, he has played great late on in games, providing opportunity, but we need this offense to kick into gear early on. So in game planning for this week, Coach Boston shared he wants the offense to focus on passing that ball. Short, quick, consistent throws. And on defense, they struggle in pass blocking. Their left guard is the weak link. Blitzing him, racking up sacks, that is the key to victory. So as we get into a battle for top of the AFC, the game plan is set. We know what we need to do. We just have to play like we can, as Cook has us underway. Taking the return down the middle, weaving to the outside and brought down by the rookie safety in Yancey. Chenault Jr. sets them up at the 27, where Lamar Jackson and the Ravens offense will head on out. A clean start to the season for him, 12 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. I'm sure this defense hungry to force a few more. 2nd and 1, they will start with a pass outside and broken up by Campbell. Well, I'm sure that one is one that in the tape, he might want that pick instead. It was set up, 2nd and 10. Going with a stretch outside. Good flow from Lloyd. Keeps that to just a gain of 3 and a 3rd and 7. And again off the mark. Could have been picked again, hits the turf. Jaguars force a punt. 3 and out for the Ravens. And that will bring out Jeff Polk and the Jaguar offense. Had 2 late game touchdowns to Brian Thomas Jr. last week, and they find the end zone a bit earlier. They start with a draw. ETN, short gain. Or an offense that has been focused so much around their running back the last couple of years. It's not been the same this year for Jeff Polk. He hasn't had that certainty back there. Checking down here, he finds Jordan Addison. Took a hit upon release as well, but it sets up a 3rd and 3. Hard count. Early movement will be a free play here for the Jaguars, which they will need. ETN not able to pick up that first down with his legs. Will be gifted instead by Brett Watkins, one of the interior defensive linemen. 1st and 10 at the 35. As it's going to be play action. Getting to the outside is Dawson Knox. Holds on to this one. Gain of 7. However, for the tight end, looks like maybe an ankle rolled up upon after that catch, after that tackle. He's going to make his way to the sideline. That'll bring out Sexton to be the primary tight end here. He's had injury problems. Brenton Strange will join him as well. As they go back to the play action, and it's Strange with the catch, first down. but not able to stay in bounds and pick up all that extra yardage. But I'm sure Coach Boston will take that with how bad the offense was to start last week. 1st and 10, 3 yards short of midfield. More play action, throwing out of a sack. Owe provides the hit. And it brings up a 2nd and 10. Good news, though, out on the left side. Dawson Knox back in for the Jaguars. Throwing right, though, is to Sexton, who will turn up, pick up a good gain, get out of bounds. A late shoulder there from the Baltimore defender, though. No flag comes in from the referee. Jaguars down to the 33. Single high safety. Playing off in coverage. And throwing outside. Well covered. Flag comes in late. And it's no strange call here for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Holding, they get Quinn Miners. Making it 1st and 20. Our count again, no one jumps. Throwing outside, and it's caught. Brian Thomas Jr. Gain of 16. And they are sticking with that heavy passing game. Talked about it heading into this week. Not very many carries so far today for ETN. They go play action. And downfield, they've got a wide open Dawson Knox. One man to beat, but can't cross the goal line. Taken out inches short. And he can't believe the call. He thought he hit that pylon coming down. 1st and goal. 2 tight ends left-hand side. ETN to polish it off. We'll let the big fellas up front do the work. Jacksonville scores their first possession. A far better improvement over what we saw last week versus the Steelers. But consistency has been their biggest problem. A great start, 3 and out on defense, a touchdown drive from the offense. But as Jackson and the Ravens hit the field again, can they get that stop, and can the offense keep the same pace? Starting at the 25 with motion across the field is Flowers. They're going to go play action. Throw it out to the running back with space on the outside. Aluakin flows to bring him down. Gain of 9. They find Guyton, their 2nd-year running back. They've got 3 different running backs we'll see use. Davis checking in here for the halfback screen, but Aluakin is on it. And he was probably the last line of defense. There was plenty of green grass. 3 blockers in front. Aluakin cut underneath, and we've got a 3rd and 5 with a quick throw to the outside, taken down by Cisco, 2 yards short. Defense shows up yet again as Mark Andrews can't pick up the first. Defense with another great stand. Can the offense continue on here for the Jacksonville Jaguars? They'll hit the field at the 20. They start with ETN, who bounces around some blocks from Aquanu, had to pick up 2 on that play. And it opens up a gain of 9 here for the Jaguars, setting up a 2nd and 1. Single high safety, but off coverage. Polk, he throws right-hand side. It's Gabe Davis picking up a catch. We talked about this team's struggles holding on to the pass last week. Davis was one of those, as well as Dawson Knox, both making big plays to open up today. As it's more play action across the middle, and another great grab. Brian Thomas Jr. in tight coverage. That's a throw you only make if you have trust in your receiver. And it looks like it pays off well there for Polk. He's got his X factor unlocked here early on. Play action roll coming across, up for Addison, and he brings it in. This team went from not being able to make a single catch last week to several tough grabs. What should be the final play here of the first quarter. It's more play action. And they've got Brian Thomas Jr. trailing on the dig and is close to the end zone. Will be goal to go at the 1 as we finish one quarter here. We send it to the second. 7-0, knocking on the doorstep is our Jacksonville Jaguars. And with how last week went, a surprising start to this game. 1st and goal inside the 1. They go with a toss outside. ETN dragged down just shy. Roquan Smith will bring out the big boys then to follow. All the O-linemen, the tight ends, and the fullback. And it's a quarterback sneak. Jeff Polk into the end zone. A little bit of a play call change there, typically going to Travis Etienne. The linebackers, the defensive tackles not prepared for the quick snap and dive across the goal line. But in about 8.5 minutes, this Jaguars offense has put up the same amount of touchdowns as they did in the entire game last week. The Ravens offense we have not seen much from. They're starting at the 32 with motion all the way across, and it's jarred away from Bateman. Good coverage there on the outside, corner and linebacker tag team to break that one up. It's 2nd and 10. More motion, and it's going to be play action and taking the sack by Ringo. They sent the blitz on the outside, dropping Lamar Jackson a loss of 9. Exactly what Coach Boston said to watch out for. Bringing the blitz on defense pays off, as that was one of the first times they sent the blitz here today. 3rd and 19, though, they got to finish the drive, and it's a drop pick, Jerry Jones. But another quick 3 and out. That might have been the best drive yet from the defense. The fans in Baltimore, though, not showing their appreciation. Boos already raining in here, and we're still at about 7 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Jaguars offense comes out here with a spread look. Throwing short, they find Dawson Knox will pick up 5 across the middle. Roquan Smith yet again there to make the tackle. They're going to force this linebacker group here, the Ravens, to do a lot. Pulling guard, Etienne, short gain if any. And that was with what I believe is a safety playing down as a nickel backer. 3rd and 5, hard count, no one jumps. They bring the blitz. It's going to be a quick scramble here from Polk, who takes it to the linebacker himself, picking up that first down. Of course, this Jaguars team so used to a scrambling quarterback, and Polk can do it, not to the same extent as they have in the past with Trevor Lawrence. But at the 45, they go spread wide. And rolling, throwing out of the sack. He had, I believe, Gabe Davis coming across. Might have been Jordan Addison. And that ball hits the turf. Jaguars with a 2nd and 10 here at the 45. Bunch left-hand side, leaving Thomas lone to the right. And man on man. Coming across, though, they've got Davis, who has it for now. Another flag is down, and this one will be coming back. Antone Harrison with another holding. He's good for about 1 a game. They got motion. Dawson Knox to the outside, setting up the screen. Travis Etienne, he picks up 2 blocks. He shakes 1 defender, and he's going to pick up the loss of 10 there with the penalty. But with the loss of the throw, still leaves us about 10 more yards behind with a 3rd and 10 at the 45. A tight look here. Hard count, no one jumps. Polk, he's going to roll to the right-hand side, has a receiver downfield. Receiver opens up late in Dawson Knox. Defender steps down, gets the hit, threw it past the line. All in all, that play goes poorly for the Jags, and they will have to punt. The Ravens finally catch their break, but with a good punt by Cook, they're starting back at the 13. They need some points on this drive. Starting with play action and getting Mark Andrews open. He's going to find even more space. The crossing route really opened that one up for the Ravens. Not entirely sure if that is their first down of the game, but it's their first down in a little while here. Handing it off to Davis. He's swallowed up by Hines Allen. He's coming off an absolutely phenomenal game against the Steelers, one of the only players for the Jaguars to show up. 2nd and 11. Flowers motions to the right-hand side as they go play action. More crossing and across the middle. They toss it out to Guyton, who's going to lose about 2 more. Terrence Yancey, the rookie safety, is there to bring him down. Forces a 3rd and 13. Ravens, they go empty. Throw downfield and finding the first down to Bateman. They had a crossing route down the seam. Essentially worked as a legal pick play and picks up a crucial first down for the Ravens. 1st and 10. They got Flowers going in motion again to the right-hand side. Play action. Blocking holds up. And a one-hand grab Bateman. One heck of a play as that ball was a little bit behind. Sends us through the 2-minute warning. As it's the Ravens plus side. Motion across, fake that jet sweep. Some more crossing and across the middle works again. They find Andrews. Ravens seemingly shaking something up here, and it's working out for him. They got a 1st and 10 at the 35. A little bit more motion pre-snap. Back across the middle is 2 Raven receivers bumping into each other. That's Bateman and Davis. Jaguars don't have to do much whenever it's the other team breaking up their own passes. 2nd and 10, 34-yard line. Motion again, Bateman. They try the same play, and it's jarred free, Oluwakin. They saw something they liked there, ran it a little bit more smoothly. This time the Jaguars defender has to make the play and does. 3rd and 10. Motion out there, running back. Leaves a player wide open on the outside, and dropping the first down is Bateman. We've been there before plenty of times. The crowd yet again letting the Ravens know how they feel. Gotta be hard being 6-2, number 1 in the AFC. Though down by 14 points, trying to bite into that. The Tucker field goal is good. And that'll leave Jeff Polk and our Jaguars with a minute 14, 3 timeouts to try to take that back to a 14-point lead. Starting with a spread empty look. Polk letting things develop and gets rid of it prior to the sack. It's Matabuke with pressure. But that is why Polk's completion percentage has been so low, is because he does throw out of a lot of sacks, making sure that his team isn't losing a lot of yardage. Throwing downfield, and he finds Thomas a little bit low, a little bit behind. But he makes the play for the Jaguars, converting that first down. They get back to it quickly here. Bringing the blitz off the left-hand side, again throwing out of the sack. Dawson Knox seemed to be potentially the intended recipient. Leaves 36 seconds, still with 3 timeouts. As they go back to that halfback screen, Etienne to the outside. It's got the first down and is out of bounds at the 47. A really good drive here from Jeff Polk as they sit just shy of the midfield line. And they go RPO to the outside, finding Addison, who's out of bounds. However, another flag comes in, and it's another holding. This time they get Luke Bacon over at the right tackle spot, so it's spread out so far across the offensive line. 2 though at tackle, 1 at center. Now 26 seconds. They bring the blitz open across the middle, but it's jumped and dropped. Williams could have had a huge play there for the Ravens. Jaguars miss out as well. If that ball comes out a split second earlier, maybe they've got something. Going back to the screen, it's Travis, who tries to wiggle. Does manage to get out of bounds, though. 11 yards still needed. It's 3rd down with 15 seconds on the clock. Hard count, no one jumps. Good coverage downfield, trying to squeeze it in, and this time it's gonna be picked. Williams missed it the first time, does not miss it the second. Good coverage on the right-hand side, forced the look back to the left. Williams sitting in between 2 different receivers, is just waiting there to make the play and ends the threat of the Jaguars. But that does end a pretty promising first half. Really good first couple drives there. We were making some plays there, but the holding calls, they've got to stop. That's really taking the momentum away from ourselves. But we hit halftime 14-3 as we look around the league. Starting first with the Steelers, the team that just beat us. They lose to the Bengals 27-21 in their hopes of trying to keep up with the Ravens. Now rely on us to pick up the win. Saints and Browns, a big win for Cleveland, 31-13. 2 young quarterbacks battle it out, and it's our young quarterback in Jeff Polk trying to battle it out with Lamar Jackson. As we get back to our game, we kick off the second half here at the 30. And it's Travis Etienne with the screen. He outruns his right guard in Conklin and picks up that first down. Ultimately, one of these stars on this team, they're going to feel a little bit left out, whether it's Brian Thomas Jr. wanting all those targets or Travis Etienne wanting all those carries. Both are really good players, and we're going to try to get them all well involved as Dawson Knox takes the drag for the first down. We did catch up with Coach Boston at halftime, asking about his injury from the first half. It was just some cramps, so he's trying to work through it. Got some pickle juice and is ready to go. Already 2 runs here on this opening drive. A little bit of a difference than how they've worked in the first half. We'll see if they stick with that or if they start to change things up again. But they've got a wide open Dawson Knox with a step on Hamilton, catching up to him down at the 9 for a 1st and goal. But his speed out there at tight end, it's just a real difference maker. as we come out with a split backfield. Turner, the fullback / tight end. They bring the blitz. Hamilton to help stuff it. No gain. Who's still at the 9 then with a spread look. And Polk will hand this one off to Travis, who gets stonewalled again. Roquan Smith and Burke will be about a gain of 2, but leaves a 3rd and goal here at the 7. A tight single back set here. Polk looking to find someone open. He's going to roll to the outside. He's got an angle, and he's got the legs to take it to the end zone. Jaguars open up the first half and second half with a touchdown drive, opening up their lead even more. And that's going to put even more pressure here on Lamar Jackson and this Ravens offense. They found some path to success. It didn't come smoothly in that first half. Some of their best drives were stalled with their own penalties and drops. To the outside, though, they find Davis picking up 8. And it was Jackson with plenty of time to throw on that one. Good job from the offensive line. Haven't seen much pass rush today. Fullbacks in there as they go with a run. It's stuffed by Oluwakin, who goes untouched from his linebacker spot. And Jackson clearly not happy with how this game has gone so far. Trying to find that call from the sideline. Pick up this first down here on 3rd. He gets it to the outside. Guyton with a juke. He's got a big first down all the way to the opposite 46. Ravens now plus side, still desperate to find their first touchdown of the game. Bunch left-hand side. Guyton still the running back. They're going to get motion. Flowers over to that right-hand slot. Play action. Trying to open up that middle. Instead, back out to Guyton, who can't get away from Ringo, but does pick up 4. And honestly, he's been the most impressive of the running backs they've had out there today. Davis has been the primary, but he hasn't done as much. Guyton, listed as their 3rd, has picked up more yards. Davis, though, with a bunch of space this time, can easily flip that down to the 28. Good blocking up front. Just a perfect example when they talk about washing a D-line away. The Ravens do so there. As they come out, 2 spread to the left, 1 to the right. Andrews going to motion out to that left-hand side, and they go quickly his way. And he weaves by Jerry and Jones. Help comes in from Yancey to help bring him down. Ravens inside the red zone as they come out with a spread empty look. Guyton spreads to the left-hand side behind Flowers. Going to motion into the backfield all the way, looping around to the right-hand side, going his way. For a young running back here, he has carved a role into their offense. A great open field tackling from Campbell limits the gain to just 4 as we are approaching the 4th quarter. About 45 seconds left here in the 3rd. Davis, he's close to that first down, but pulled back by Mason Smith. Forces a 3rd and inches. And it'll be with a bunch to the left-hand side here for Jackson. Jaguars bring the blitz, and it left Mark Andrews wide open. First touchdown for the Ravens comes at the end of the 3rd quarter, drawing this game back to 11. But it's still entirely up to the Jaguars and how the rest of this game goes. And we'll have just one more play here left in the 3rd. With a cut right-hand side that is stuffed. Roquan Smith yet again. He's made an impact in this game. But 21-10 is your score as we head to the 4th quarter. With about a 2nd and 10 for our Jaguars. Basically with a fresh drive. And with all eyes on Coach Boston and Jeff Polk, can they lead their team to victory against the AFC's number 1 ranked team? They throw quick and squeeze it into Maxwell Sexton, who's got the first down before he takes a tumble. An injury on the field, though not Sexton, surprisingly. That's going to be the corner Nate Wiggins of the Ravens. He'll make his way to the trainer's table. Hopefully he is able to bounce back in. We had our own injury in Dawson Knox earlier. He's come back healthy. 1st and 10. They throw again, finding said Dawson Knox a first down for another Jaguar tight end. So much excitement. Polk forgot to keep his footing there. They're at the 43. A tight box here, though, for the Ravens. Polk making a change. Single high safety off coverage as they go with a play action. And looking to load up deep, Jordan Addison. just too far, but perhaps getting there a little bit too early was Humphrey. They're going to call DPI in the end zone. An absolute gift for sure, a ticky-tacky call, but goal to go at the 1. ETN gets crunched. It looked like he was setting up to try to jump over the top. The safety comes down and lays the lumber. 2nd and goal at the half-yard line. This time they get ETN outside. He will outrun the pack. However, there is another flag down in the backfield. This one will be coming back. They get holding Dawson Knox, and Coach Boston is not happy out there. That'll push him back to the 11 for 2nd and goal. They stick with a heavy set and go with play action. Coming across, throwing underneath, and it's gonna get jumped. Not only do they lose the touchdown, but they will lose possession. Trying to find their tight end, and Brenton Strange coming across. Stevens jumps in front of it and takes it away for the Baltimore Ravens, giving them hope at a comeback. And while that is a play Polk cannot force, ultimately it comes back to the holding calls. Yet again, you can't have that, and you can't apparently contain Lamar here. Cisco, though, does an amazing job with 2 blockers in front of him. He's able to make that play. Junior Alford, though, well behind the pack, as it seems like he has injured either his ankle or knee. He got a bit banged up last week. Deo Odeyingbo was out this game with a practice injury, so we're going to see Lacey step in, who really has not seen much playing time at all. He's in a contract season. Pass to the outside is caught. Not able to really get away, though, was their tight end, too. Pass across the middle. They find Bateman, but with that hit from Aluakin, keeps him from getting that first down. And again, this defense forces a 3rd and short here. With a split backfield, they will hand it off Davis, but Lloyd reads it, shucks off the block, and stuffs the run. 4th and 1. Inside 5 minutes, the Ravens might be forced to go for it. And indeed, they do bring their offense on out here. Handing the ball off, Davis cuts left-hand side. He's got the first down. Couldn't sprint away. Aluakin tracks him at the 40. As their fullback has to check in here at tight end, they're getting a couple new faces out there. Some of their stars a little bit dog-tired. Davis can't hold on, broken up by Yancey. And they'll pause their hurry up here, setting up a 3rd and inches, trying to find the right play call. They still could go for it on 4th, as they did last time, breaking 1, but throwing the pick to Devin Lloyd. Can he find some space down the sideline? He'll pick up about 15 before Davis tracks him. That might be your winning play here in Baltimore. The Jaguars will just have to run out the remainder of this clock. And the good news is, for Jeff Polk, his interception does not cost the team any points. 21-10, 3:31. As the offense hits the field, it's a run left-hand side, ETN. Owe gets the tackle, but it's a gain of 5, and that clock is now moving. Sticking with the heavy set, 3 tight ends, right-hand side. ETN down the middle will maybe pick up 1. And it leaves a very important 3rd and 4 here for Baltimore. They get the stop. They still have a chance. Hard count will be another free play here for the Jaguars, and they're going to need it, as that ball had too much loft. It was picked off by Harris, but the early jump from their nose tackle will take it away. Thank you, Stanley Burke. With 2:15, we got a fresh set of downs. Baltimore does still have 3 timeouts. ETN tries to take it outside, well contained by Humphrey. Had Roquan Smith waiting down the middle. That'll take us inside the 2-minute warning. Coming out, it's Levi Brown in the backfield. Dawson Knox, he's going to motion out to the left-hand side. As they set up the screen, they've got him with a couple blockers in front. Can't bounce it to the outside. What a tackle. Might have saved a touchdown. But it does force the Ravens to call their first timeout. A first down ends this game. Brown staying back there at running back as they bring the blitz. As he jukes out Humphrey. First down gained. That is your ball game. After a stinker of a game in Pittsburgh, They rebound strong against another AFC North opponent, taking down the top team in the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson really didn't have a big impact on this game. The defense came ready to play, didn't get much pressure, but when it really counted there late, they did get some. It forced that pick to help seal it. Jeff Polk, he had a pretty good game out there. It's going to be marred by a couple turnovers. Some of those passes just stuck up in the air a little bit too much. If he gets that touch under control, he could be a really good quarterback. And when his receivers are holding onto the ball like they did today, the catches were fantastic. This team really could be the best. But if we play like that versus the Ravens, now we just have to show that we can continually do that and do that against divisional teams where we have struggled massively the last 2 years. We have the Tennessee Titans up next, and as it stands, they are the worst team or second worst team here in the AFC. The Denver Broncos are the only team worse. They are 2-8. The Tennessee Titans 2-7. We did knock the Ravens out of first place. They dropped from first all the way down to 6th. Cincinnati steps up to the top of the AFC North. Miami now becomes the number 1 team, not only in the AFC East, but overall AFC at 6-3. The same record we share, but the Colts won this week, so we remain down half a game. As it stands, it looks like it's going to be a battle between either us and the Colts for the division lead. Whoever wins that, they get a locked-in spot to the playoffs. That is where we want to be. That's where we've been the last 2 seasons. That is the standard here. We just have to get to it. And at 6-3, it's been a great season, but we've played games too close. This is where we should start to make that change. The defense is on the rise, 4th now in points per game, still 1st in passing yards and rushing yards. The offense did move up a little bit in rushing yards. Surprisingly, we were 19th. Now we are 18th. We just got to clean up that passing game. It was a lot better today. That is what we need to keep seeing. So to make sure you don't miss out on how this Jacksonville team finishes off their season, hit that bell icon on the bottom right or scroll down, hit the sub button and tap that bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go live. We are here every Tuesday, Thursday. We got the Stanford Cardinal who are coming off an off season following a national championship. They start their new season tomorrow, so make sure you're here for that. As we've got division rival Tennessee Titans up next, and we decimate them and show that we belong at the top here of the AFC.